just surprised nobody's had a frenzy check. Like,
It's you had a lighthouse on the horizon to at least guide you here. Now that at least this part has been complete, I might be a little bit more stringent, but you were doing an amazing job role playing, and this was when you were making your ST laugh. I didn't mute up, but I was really holding back, because the image of the four of you in this stolen car with a wake of Masquerade breaches behind you, arguing over the minutia
what
of
breaches?
Blood breaches, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those two poor sods on the beach never saw me. That cop didn't get a chance to even look up before he got whacked into the side of the police car.
And then there's the dog.
What did the dog
and
do
the
to
soggy
you?
$15
What'd that dog do?
in the stolen car.
The dog should have ran when I barked.
And whatever's going to happen here, because frankly, I don't know. So you all are in Elysium, where hypothetically you're not supposed to cause trouble. And you've been led inside, and apparently the keeper is across the way and arranging something, or just she's doing something across the way. Probably hasn't noticed you, as the sound of scraping and moving things is consistent. You all entered over here, and she seems to be somewhere over here. What do?
First thing Ivy's gonna do is find the nearest trash can to put the ripped pieces of Cheryl's notebook in.
Okay,
Just pointedly going over there.
sure. Tip, 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 tip. You go down here, and you start throwing it away. What are the rest of you doing?
Wade is intently pacing, just kind of mumbling, and the occasional profanity will escape from him. Cuts looks towards Cheryl, and then makes his way back over to Clyde. Did you all get that straightened out in the car?
Yeah, supposedly. More or less.
Good.
As you're talking back over here, Cheryl, you're throwing that away, and there's a clip of heels on the brick floor. I mean, what's the difference anymore? Ivy, clip.
Once
you
she's
need
done
help
what
with
she's
something?
gonna- We were told to report here when a job was done. I was just throwing away unnecessary things.
She looks down into the trash can and looks back up at you. Yes. All right, well, she takes the lid off, the trash bag up and out, tells you to hang on to this, please, hands you the bag, goes back to someplace, comes back over with a new bag, replaces a fresh one, and now kindly walk back this way and ask anyone else if they have garbage to throw out. I need to maintain this place how it closed.
Fair enough.
There's a masquerade to uphold.
And she's gonna make her way back and just... Y'all have any trash to throw away?
Wade cuts the nastiest look towards Cheryl, but says nothing.
Cheryl returns the glance.
Oh, you finished already then?
I thought I had.
Job's done.
Huh. Where's Damocles?
Don't know.
Oh. If he needs to be here, he knows where we are. And if this is where you need to be, then so be it. And quite frankly, it's... Well, despite... I'll forgive you for being fledglings. It's part of my job as not just keeper of Elysium, but the one who does the upkeep. You have to understand that the Kine are here every day, and this place must be kept in a particular order, which makes it so potent for those who can refrain from trashing the place. Because we can meet here, and, well, I'm in control of all that is seen and heard. So, you can move and
You got
speak
an
freely, but you
incinerator?
can't leave evidence behind, because whoever closed up might very well know that something was moved in the meantime. Now, is there anything in particular that I should be aware of Keeper? Although it's been rather quiet. Frankly, the five of you, if we count Damocles, have been anything that's happened here, the only people that I've seen since, well, the last time court was called.
Is the sheriff around?
With the
Or
sheriff.
is he still...
Kozad? No,
Yeah.
he would be where he usually maintains himself. Because you
I
all had
assume-
such tension in the car, it would seem that the Keeper might have a similar strained relationship with the sheriff. But she is maintaining herself.
We were told to come
Out
here,
of character.
Hmm?
Out of character, who were we told to give this to? Was it directly to the sheriff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shale's gonna ask the keeper, would there be a way to arrange for us to go see the sheriff?
Yes, I suppose so. I can make a phone call on your behalf. Is there something that I should tell him? Or
Job's done.
the job is done? While she's talking to you all, Ivy, the scale beside you here, it looks like it turns on, and there's a series of numbers that starts kind of going up and down, and your father is standing behind the scale. He looks very nice in a butcher's apron, has a little deli hat on as well. Might amuse you, because normally he's seen in a very nice suit. There's nothing on the scale, but the number keeps fluctuating. He doesn't say anything to you. It just looks like he's trying to weigh something, and he's very curious.
She's gonna make note of the numbers that, especially the same numbers popping up.
Are you writing them in the remains of Cheryl's journal, or what are you doing when you say make note? Are you trying to figure it out?
She's making a mental note and trying to figure out something. Because she threw the remains of the notebook away.
Okay. Intelligence academics.
That's actually
I wouldn't say this is research, but your
I
brain is
wouldn't
turning
call it
over
research.
things. Oh, very nice.
Nice roll.
The number goes 5, 4, 5. Yeah. Now, the particular pattern is going to be what it is. You got a lot of successes. And it looks like there's a coming and going of 1. And all right, well, kind of with how that plays out, I mean, it was, 5 of you came here, and, well, Damocles left because he had to go make a phone call, and so it was just the 4 of you, and then, well, then there was Eli, and then, let's see, Charity came back, and then you all had left. But now there's a disconnect. And the number in your brain is now your father in the deli hat and the scale. The scale is off and your father's not there, of course. There's a missing number. This is what your brain is telling you. Something is missing. There's a missing 1.
She's just... If anyone's paying attention, it's gonna go very quiet while she's trying to think this over, trying to find that missing the connection there.
Okay. Wander off. Do the 3 of you want to have any interaction with Charity here?
Thought she was making a phone call.
Well, yeah, she was interacting like, okay, well, any details you want me to know, etc., etc. Cheryl just kind of wanders off. Maybe she's bored. But otherwise...
Cheryl's there.
I'm sorry, Charity. Sorry, we have 2 very, very stern presences here. Okay, so boop, boop, boop. She walks off. Ivy, while you're over here, and for the 3 of you, I don't know if any of you want to stay here or wander, but being over here does seem to... It feels warmer. Nothing's evident unless you yourself as the player are coming up with it, but you're getting a warm feeling. Any of the 3 of you going to do something else, or you want to wait for Charity to come back?
Clyde's gonna walk towards the AC so he can dry off more.
Sure. You can find, you could probably find like a vent over here, and there's a...
Who's got the bag with the torn up notebook?
Ivy. Ivy's hanging onto it. So she just kind of wandered off with it. It's making little crinkly sounds as she's just over here.
Wade wanders off over towards Ivy. Hey.
What?
What's on your brain? You look lost.
We're missing something. I don't know what. At least I think we might be missing something, but...
You want me to take care of that bag for you?
No, it's
I'm
fine.
good at making things disappear.
If the ship is any indication, because I have no doubt you played some small portion of that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Cheryl, while this exchange is going on, what are you doing?
She's just waiting.
Okay. Do you want another soda?
Not. She's just standing there, arms crossed.
Okay.
Making mental notes now because her notebook is gone.
Okay. So yeah, you look down the way here, and Clyde is just praise the sun, like drying out. Yeah, just like
It's like in the bathroom with the little air dryer.
Actually, yeah, maybe Clyde, if you wanted, you could sneak into the bathroom, just sort of like every once in a while. You got to keep pushing the button though, as you just sort of like spin and. All right, well then, I guess Cheryl, you're kept with your thoughts. We'll come back over to Ivy and Wade.
What's lost?
I don't know, and just kept seeing these numbers pop up, and she's gonna go over. Not the full thing she had seen, but just the numbers portion. The same numbers and the same pattern.
Yeah. So as you're talking, you're okay, going over this, and you're looking around, and as you do, what's missing, and over here, apparently at this little meat stand, everything is guaranteed to be sealed fresh. You look over, and then there's a bottle of I don't know. We'll say one of these stalls is selling some Maker's Mark. It has a nice like red seal just right there on the bottle, keeping it closed.
Eli.
And she's gonna go fishing for that itty bitty piece of red paper.
You have the red paper, and as you find it, you remember what it was that Charity said, that the last time anyone was in here was Court, besides you, besides the five of you. But the five of you would include Damocles.
She's either lying or she doesn't.
Wade pulls out his little piece of red paper.
You got it. It's there.
What about it? Do we gotta put them back together?
No, I don't think that's it. But Charity said something odd. The four of us and Damocles are the only ones. That's not the case. Eli was here too.
As those two are talking... Oh, go ahead.
She's gonna go over to Cheryl.
Okay, you start walking this way, and it looks like Charity has already approached Cheryl. Cheryl, you hear the clip, clip, clip of heels on the brick. I have contacted the sheriff, and he said that he would send someone out for you all. And that, I guess, you would know the vehicle to look for.
Fair enough.
I did not ask questions, as that is not my job. I will presume that you know what it is he's talking about. And then, Ivy, you walk up. Wade, are you staying behind, or are you going to follow?
I'm gonna steer clear of Cheryl. I'm actually gonna go find Clyde.
Oh, sure. All right, you can stand, even though there's like 10 urinals, you can stand at the one that's like just right beside him. No, he's in there, I don't know, you two can have a talk. So yeah.
Hey, pretty boy.
Oh, real quick, let me resolve this with
Yep.
Ivy, Cheryl, and Charity. Ivy, you're arriving here right when Charity is saying if there's anything else, then I suppose you can ask, but there's a few more things that I need to tend to. Oh, Ivy! And she says past Cheryl to you. May I please have that bag?
Oh, right, here. She's gonna hand the bag over. I do have a question. There was someone else here with us last time by the name of Eli. Whatever became of him?
Ivy, I don't... What? You know, you came with Damocles. And
Yes, I know. But
she
there
pulls out
was
a small
another
journal
here.
and flips through it. There you are.
Cheryl, you remember Eli, don't you? He did
I
that little
believe he
magic
claimed.
for us.
I believe he claimed he was here for a few weeks.
If someone was in Elysium, then I would know about it. I'm the keeper. And I have been for some time, and I'm very good at my job. Ivy, are you...
I'm fine. I'm probably just overwhelmed with everything that's happened last month. No need to worry.
I'm positive that the four of us all saw him. 3 of them even gave him blood.
And as Cheryl's still talking, she's gonna pop unseen and take a look around.
Okay.
Just in case Eli is hiding around.
Okay. You are, you just... You're looking... No one.
I don't like the feeling of this. Like it at all.
I shall let you all be. I will, I hope that you have done whatever it is that you've needed doing. And she turns and, leaves. Meanwhile, in the men's room...
Entering Wade literally out of habit or some need to connect with his loosening humanity, goes to a urinal, pops his fly open, and just stands there going through the motions, and turns to talk to Clyde as he's drying out.
Yep.
Please
Old
don't talk
habits
to me
there.
while you're peeing. Please don't.
We're dead, we don't pee. And he zips up and still flushes. Is that,
I don't know when you're gonna start spraying blood, so... What's up?
that Cheryl gonna be a problem? What do you think?
Red stated that she go ahead and turn around and snitch on us. Have a private conversation with the sheriff, as it were.
That's problematic.
Yeah. Truth be told, last time I checked, this whole gig, way groups like this work. Nah, I've been with a couple sponsors before. It's about the same thing. They make their own little rules and tribulations, have you do the work, the challenge. But when they decide that the star of the show needs to take a fall, it's everyone on their team that takes the fall. It's not just one.
I know how that works. Same way it goes in the military. One guy fucks up, everybody gets punished. Point is, job's done. We were told to do a thing. We did a thing. We didn't leave a trail of evidence. In fact, we got rid of the evidence.
At the expense of, well, a really big cover-up being needed.
Cover up rickety boat sunk. Not much to cover up.
That lake ain't that deep.
Lake's deep enough in parts, but doesn't matter. Them people who were on that boat, they knew what the fuck they were doing. They were all in on it. Otherwise, why would them armed fuckers on there? They knew what they were doing. They got paid to shut the hell up.
It's fair enough. But
We got one in ours that don't want to shut up. That's
Then
gonna
what?
sink this ship.
what are you gonna do, Wade? What? You're gonna sit there and tell her, make threats.
I don't need to make
So you're gonna-
threats.
Cheryl's gonna do
It's
what she
supposed
gonna
to be
do.
some team. We need to be a team. Otherwise, it's just going to be fucked up and everybody's going to be dead.
Well, you two continue that conversation in the restroom. Is there a particular topic or awkward silence that is shared between Cheryl and Ivy?
She's still trying to figure out the whole Eli situation. Still kind of looking around and just, it's not right. Charity responded to him. Remember?
Are you saying that to Cheryl or yourself?
Yeah, she's saying it to Cheryl.
Okay.
Because me as a player don't remember.
She did.
Was that the case?
Yes.
It's possible he could have rewritten her memory.
Possible, but what would be the point?
If you didn't want to be known, that could be the point.
Then in that case, why come to Elysium?
Ivy,
Because-
your father's voice, and also kind of in a way Cheryl's, although Cheryl, you don't hear this, is echoing from out this way. Honey, ride's here.
Ivy's gonna look up at the sound of the voice. Kinda give the direction it came from odd look heading that.
All right, Cheryl, Ivy's wandering off.
Sorry. And where are you going?
Looking for answers.
For Wade and Clyde, you two could continue talking about the things that you were talking about in confidence. Though at some point you two can wander out and see that Cheryl is looking down a hallway going in that direction, and Ivy is not here.
Yeah, our conversation would have been just some back and forth in the bathroom, venting and just trying to get shit figured out before walking out.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I think out of all of us, Doll Eyes probably has the best chance there to be convincing Cherry about the situation, what we need to be saying forward. I'll leave her to that. But neither you nor I can pull that kind of teamwork out of her. She's headstrong as hell. She's a cold woman.
Yeah. Where the hell is Ivy?
Ivy, as you look outside, the hallway does not have anyone in it, nor would there be a sound of, well, voice anyway. I mean, there's a fire alarm, but that would sound a little bit different than the usual, honey, your ride's here, that you would hear. And you do catch that there is a rather familiar-looking white van that is pulling past the glass doors here, and is seemingly coming around to park in the usual spot by the warehouse, which is the true entrance to Elysium.
Well, not the answer I was looking for.
It even has a Parks and Rec sign on the side of it.
I will say this. For all the questions I have, I still want to know. What's in the box?
Good question. Not ore. Why don't
The
you
duck wasn't just a duck.
go trail Miss Ivory Tower over there, and I'll go see if I can't find Ivy, find out where the hell she went.
Alright.
Clyde, you want to go off and find Ivy?
Clyde is gonna go off and find Cheryl.
Oh, Cheryl. All right,
Yeah.
she's there. She's not hiding or anything.
I'm off to find
Wait.
Ivy.
Mhm.
Ivy, are you being forthcoming with Wade about what you saw?
Oh, she'll tell him the van's,
Okay.
but not why she wandered off. She's still looking
okay.
around as they're making their way back.
And then before these two come back, what is it that Clyde and or Cheryl want to talk about? Mutually or one-sidedly?
Clyde, fairly defeated. Not exactly hiding that. He just kind of saunters up to Cheryl. Well, all things considered, I don't think there's necessarily any running from the fate that due before us.
Mm-hmm.
You always seem like you got some sort of methodology, some sort of idea.
It's my job to be thorough.
How about I make a deal? I like odds, I like challenges. If you can show me that your thoroughness is gonna save our asses in the next couple of nights before this sad little predicament, and I will humbly start providing you with the due respect you require. You won't get any more questions from me. You'll get the Miss Page from me.
I believe the three of you made it quite clear that you don't want me to say anything, so
But you're gonna say
Perhaps I
something
will.
anyways.
only if asked. But trust me, I will be asked.
And see, that's just the thing. Of course they're gonna ask. My question is, are you gonna be telling them everything that's gonna save all of us? Or are you gonna be telling them only the things that save you?
I'm going to be telling them the truth, which is that their planning, their mismanagement, caused the incident. We were not utilized properly. Wade just wants to argue, but what I'm saying is in defense of all four of us. We were not put into a situation where we could succeed. Honestly, it's luck that we did.
I agree with that.
I don't know what Wade is thinking that I'm going to say. I'm not going to say that it was any of us. Because I'm a businesswoman. And I know when failure is on part of the employee or on part of the management of that employee. If an employee is not succeeding, that most often it is due to management not putting them in a position where they can succeed.
Wade and Ivy are back on the scene.
I see where you're coming from. And he glances at Wade. And all he's gonna do is just wink at Wade. I'd have to agree with you, Miss Page.
Wade doesn't really acknowledge other than to say, rides here.
Right. Yeah. In our best tidy whities, let's get this show on the road.
Figure the numbers out.
Not necessarily.
What about Eli?
Haven't figured that out either. Charity doesn't remember whatsoever.
What? Wait, what?
Apparently he
brought
doesn't
it.
exist. At least not to Charity.
The four of us remember him, but there's not even a note of him anywhere.
I wonder if
And
it's
she'll give
possible
a-
that he...
She'll give a rundown of the whole situation to Clyde.
I do wonder if it's possible for him to have snuck in during daylight hours. There would be no record of him if he didn't come in during the night.
Well, even then, don't you think Charity, Miss Keeper, would have probably seen something, heard something, noticed him at all?
Well, that's
Or is
the
that
thing.
really just like how little notice they give them?
Oh, that's the thing. She responded to him that night. When she was calling for us, he called back and she responded to him, and that was that.
It is possible to rewrite memories.
It is. I don't know if that's what went on.
Something's fish. And it ain't any of us.
Well, maybe
Right.
in smell.
Are you still carrying that hunk of carcass with you, Wade?
I hate it.
Good.
Look, we
I'd
better
be trapped in a
let's,
van with...
let's get down to the salt mine and see what the big badass got to say about all this.
As you are, you go through the tunnels to the warehouse and you exit out. A very familiar white van is in the process of being converted by having a very nice magnetic sign plastered to the side of it for the salt mines. Though the person isn't wearing a Parks and Rec uniform, but he does turn around and he says, "Good. You're here. Now, if you don't mind, I think we need to move."
Good
It's-
idea.
It's Eli, not Angel.
What happened to the other guy?
That is something that I can explain in the van. However, we are losing time. We need to get to the sheriff's office now.
There are many
And
things
you better talk.
like,
And Wade starts opening doors and getting in.
yep, Ivy's gonna be climbing in.
Well, it's one damn thing after another, says Clyde as he gets in.
Arrogance in as well.
All right. The four of you climb into the anonymous white van. And, You start driving.
Cheryl would like to keep an eye on the direction he's going. And if he goes off course at all, we'll notify everyone else.
Who are you, really, Mr. Eli? You're there with us in Elysium. We come back the next night, and our beloved keeper doesn't remember anything of you. Yet the four of us do. And now all of a sudden you show up picking us up to the sheriff.
Yes, that's the gist of it. Well, I didn't lie to you. I am a passer through, a visitor, not from here. Though why I'm here does concern the sheriff. Perhaps more in particular, what it is that you have in that case. There's something that is bigger going on, and I'm very concerned, and that concern is what brought me here.
You happen to know what the hell not or is?
Specifically, no. But it's my job to find out.
Your job.
For who?
I look after the interests of the Camarilla. I float around, peeking in. Something seems
It takes
amiss.
something
Then I
pretty
put it back.
powerful to make our keeper not remember. She
I
ain't
agree.
exactly one of us fledglings.
I agree.
That makes you a dangerous person, Eli.
Yes,
Very dangerous.
absolutely.
Cheryl's gonna whisper to Clyde and ask if he still has her pen.
He does. He just like quietly slips it out from his pocket. And
She's
showing
gonna
it.
take it. She's gonna roll up her sleeve and write a note on her arm. Basically because they can't trust Eli because he can erase moves. But basically, make sure suitcase gets sheriff. Don't trust Eli. And covers up the covers up her skin and then hands the pen back.
Are you working for our prince or someone else?
That's something that I can't discuss with you. But what I can do is recognize that you have been useful to other people, and I hope you can continue your usefulness to me. And while I am a very dangerous person, I do not have a reason to be dangerous to you. In fact, I would like to work alongside you, as you have something that needs to go to the sheriff. I do as well. Well, I need to go to the sheriff, that is.
Where's Angel?
Not here.
Not a great answer, Eli.
It's the only answer you're getting. You chose to climb into the van. I'm giving you what I can, and we're making our way to the salt mines.
I want
Yeah.
to insight check him.
Sure.
See if I can pinpoint. I know I'm not going to be able to pinpoint exactly it is he's working. But I want to see if I can get close to see whether he's working for the prince or someone above. If that's the case.
I don't think insight would really.
Yeah, no.
That would be more politics.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, your call.
I mean, you can insight maybe for a sense of earnestness, or
Well,
so
yeah.
it may not pinpoint who or what he is, but
Yeah.
Could I do the politics roll?
you are keeping a lookout for where he's turning, and so I actually need a wits awareness from you, Cheryl. So Ivy, go ahead and give me that insight, and Cheryl can give me the awareness.
What's inside or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, well, there we go. Cheryl and Ivy are very alike here. 2 successes apiece. So, Ivy, he at least thinks that he's a very important person doing something, though that seems to be backed up by the fact that he's been able to get the sheriff's property, in other words, this van, did something with Angel, and has every intention of taking you to the mines. In fact, he does seem to think that he's helping you, and he even stated that you're helping him because he also needs to see the sheriff. He has not asked about the briefcase, nor what is inside. Ivy, or not, sorry if I swapped you again. So Cheryl, you see, as this is happening, you're going in the direction, but you are taking a couple turns where it might be more of a scenic route. You're generally heading in the right direction, but you're not taking the most direct path.
All right.
When we take one of these scenic turns, she's just gonna say, "Wouldn't it have been faster to go X direction?"
Absolutely. But the reason that I'm not is because I need to understand the nature of the motorcycle that is about 2 blocks behind us.
Someone else gonna check for the motorcycle because she's not
Yeah,
averting the gaze.
Ivy's gonna move to look out the back window very carefully.
Wade just looks out the back window.
And she's gonna pop Heightenson.
Okay. I guess roll your senses, Ivy.
Yep.
And we'll see. No particular requisite. This would just be I'll give you bonuses for however many extra successes you get.
What roll would that be? What's resolve?
This is awareness.
Resolve is dampen it.
This is looking and listening.
Okay, what's awareness plus aspects? I'm a little slow today. Forgive me. And there's a crit.
All right. Look at that. 6 successes.
Woohoo!
Ivy, there is a motorcycle that is 2 blocks behind. Eli is not incorrect about that. What, in your opinion, he is incorrect about, as you continue to take another turn, is the equidistant sound of 2 other motorcycles that you don't hear. as they are on the perhaps another block out and are still following the weaving pattern that Eli has been taking towards the salt mines.
So she's able to pick up on the other two.
That there's one black motorcycle that is visible behind you. However, you're hearing 3 black motorcycles that for a short while are keeping up just out of sight. Well, there's 3 total. You don't see 2.
Yeah.
You hear 3, but you only see 1.
He's not the only one. There's 2 more further back, it sounds like.
Shit, Eli says. All right.
You got a gun?
No. Except to gun it, and he guns it. And you all are I'm gonna need your help as he's trying to figure out what it is that needs to happen.
Clyde just
Take the wheel.
basically, yeah, he just basically crawls in the front. And he's like, "I'm gonna need you to move. This is gonna be all me, babe."
All right, so Clyde is moving to the front as the van is now beginning to accelerate. And before you do anything else, because you were looking at the back as well, Wade, you do see that the motorcycle, like the headlight dips up as it's accelerating to keep up with you all. What are you doing? And then what is Cheryl doing?
I'm gonna pull out my 45 1911 and see if I can't get an angle.
Okay.
I was muted. Cheryl's just gonna duck. Joe's just gonna duck down and hold the suitcase close to her chest.
Okay. So you find the no shit handle?
Miss Page,
Yes.
remember, you're dead.
It doesn't mean we can't be hurt.
Wade, I need a wits firearms.
Wits firearm. All right. That's fun. Ow.
Your gun is in one piece, though it and or any ammo that it had has also been submerged for quite a while. I won't say you can't try firing it, but your confidence in what will happen if you do is
Looks at the salt water dripping out of it, shakes his head and pockets the damn thing, and looks for a handhold.
Probably better you didn't fire that thing in the first place.
Fucking
Don't want-
useless.
don't
Fucking
want
walk
any
in the
more-
goddamn ocean.
Lake.
I didn't have to pull everybody along, you know.
You did, but we thank you for it. Clyde, have fun.
Oh yeah. Let me show you what it's about, baby. And he just pedals to the metal.
almost. You're in the front seat. You can get to the driver's seat. One thing at a time, though. But don't worry, I'm
Eli,
sure
move your ass.
you'll get there.
Look
But
at that
before
ass.
you do, so you all have prepared or been disappointed by different things that have occurred. The motorcycle behind does in fact surge forward, and as you've been going in these more out of the way streets, you have not been taking the main streets. And Eli would have brought up, the point that you have also seen. There's plenty of police everywhere, and it helps to be cautious. In addition to the fact that he caught on that there was at least one tail. The motorcycle comes up beside the van. And I need a dexterity athletics from Ivy as the side of the van begins to rip open.
Ooh. I'm gonna rouse for this. Because she is shit with athletics. Not bad. 3.
And let me... I'll roll diminished because this is just sort of a random thing here. Okay. Ivy, go ahead and take a point of damage here as there are claws that rip through the side and it catches you on the shoulder as you... and these are claws, by the way, so this is not a little inconvenient bullet.
Yeah.
Metal screeches and sparks as a streak is ripped up to the point where Clyde, you can look past Eli and there is a character in a black helmet, black motorcycle suit, and is just outside the driver's door and has some very wicked looking not human hands that have burst through the black leather glove. Eli will look over to you. He's after me. If you take over, I'll try and distract him.
Cheryl, on one hand, is going to attempt to cloud memory. She's just going to shout to forget to the guy clawing the side of the car. If he's a vampire,
what are the conditions? What are the conditions for that? Do you need eye
if he's
contact?
a resisting victim, it's a charisma and dominate versus wits and resolve on his part.
Here's the question. Can you make eye contact in a high-speed chase?
Yeah, if that requires eye contact...
The description for cloud memory does not specify eye contact.
For cloud memory, no, but if you end up taking a look at the bit of dominate, so above that, you'll actually end up finding that dominate showcases a somewhat universal traits on what needs to be done in order to end up doing so.
Now, Cheryl, you may still try, because that might be your first instinct, is to control the situation. Though you would find that it would not work on this helmeted driver that's slashing through the side of the van. Not with the current circumstance. If it changes, that might be doable. But I can assure you this, he's not human with what just happened.
In that case, does Presence Daunt require eyesight?
That requires eye contact to intimidate. I'm fairly certain.
So
I
give this woman
I
a
could be
gun.
wrong, but right now you are not the focus of this person.
The only thing that Jaunt can help you with is if somebody wants to take a hostile action to you, they're going to have to make a difficulty to, I believe, that would be a composure and resolve to do
Yeah, I'm
so.
looking at it now.
You just have that "don't screw with me" look, so there's a little bit of hesitation there.
I
Otherwise,
mean,
it's
I'm the
not
one
that
with the briefcase, so that would help. That's fine then. I won't do anything then.
Currently,
I
this
think I can.
attacker would have, well, presumably no knowledge that you have a briefcase, let alone what was in it.
Whatever you two up front are gonna do, you better do it now.
Eli looks over at you. Try not to get us killed. He's looking for words as he just says 3, 2, 1, and he bails back. You hop over. You've done this.
Clyde takes a wheel. Easy.
Clyde takes the wheel. Yep. McCoy, take the wheel.
As a point of order, Maddie,
Yes.
you mentioned earlier in the game that if we make it back to Elysium, we recover willpower. Is
Yes.
that still standing?
Yeah, you all would have gotten 1 willpower for doing that. Yeah,
Okay.
that I thought I said that before we went on break, but
It might have slipped your mind.
yeah, you had reached it, so you do have 1 willpower.
All right.
Wait. Go ahead.
Does the chase count as street racing?
It could, depending. But right now you're actually weaving through like side. It's not exactly a high. It's high speed for streets that you should be going 25, no more than 35 miles an hour on. So this is not exactly a drag race. This is a. There's a bunch of parked cars. There's. You're going to be, taking turns. Because going out onto the main road, I mean, I guess that is an option, but it's also a heavily patrolled area. Right now, you haven't been followed by anything other than these people who've been trying to follow you. So, you're the
Okay.
one, you're the
So-
driver. If you want to take it, where you will, but currently you're on, like, residential side roads.
Okay, so give me a straight yes or no. Is this considered a street race for the sake and purposes of the specialty that which I can add dice to the pool?
No, not currently. If
Okay,
you
that's
have
all
a
I needed to
breakout
know.
or something, yeah. If you have a breakout, then we could count it. Right now, it's not.
Cool. All right. Then I'm assuming you want me to roll a drive test?
I would love it, and this one will have to be a dex based because you are weaving, and there's a motorcycle as well that is beside. And in fact, now that you look at it in your mirrors, you don't need to roll anything for it. 2 others have merged from the blocks that they've been following, and much like what you're seeing in the picture here, they look to be reaching for some sort of maybe a shotgun.
Quick question. Is there anything in the van aside from us?
Some magnetic signs, some shelves to hold magnetic signs, and
Are the shelves removable?
I mean, ultimately
Gonna empty the
anything is
signs and
removable.
they're just gonna attach.
I'm gonna rouse the blood for 2 extra dice in strength.
I think he just caught on to what I was thinking. Yeet
Wade's
shit out the
pulling out
back.
his expandable baton and is going to strike the hand that's the claws that are. Oh, I need to rouse for prowess as well.
I also wanted to rouse
Okay.
for extra dice in this driving test. So I'll do it.
So much like I did with the gentleman that got put in a box, I'm going to use the baton to smack the hand or claws as hard as inhumanly possible.
Currently, to do that, you'd have to climb into Clyde's lap and reach outside the driver's window.
Oh, yeah. But there's another motorcycle just on the right side of us.
They're not up on you yet. They have just, like, convened on the same road, but are still, like, a block behind. Because they had to close in from the 2 blocks they were following.
Does the van have sliding doors on either side, or is it just the,
It's the
2 front doors in the back?
Yeah, 2 in the back and 2 in the front.
Ugh.
Hey, Wade, you want to help me through these shelves? I might have a way to get rid of the other 2. Or we could just try it.
I would think that these shells pose no problem for me to rip off the wall of the van.
Roll, whatever, strength, athletics?
Yeah. Strength. I guess it would be strength in melee or strength in athletics.
Athletics, you're ripping them off. This is just pure, you're flexing your muscles and pulling. There's nothing really graceful about it or combative. And then I will remember your 4 successes, Clyde, for your drive test.
We're gonna throw these shelves out the back door
Okay.
and try to hit.
Wade, you tear down or actually you're on this side. You tear down the metal shelves that have kind of been like bolted to the inside of the van here. Cheryl, you got to scamper away as this thing collapses off the side of the van. And by the way, as you see in the photo up here, one of the motorcycles is in fact it has a sidecar. And there's a bonus person inside that sidecar. So.
Okay. Wade, how's your throwing arm?
Well, there's nobody behind us. They're on both sides and near the front driver, right?
Yep.
Okay.
These 2 right now are behind the van by about a block. I just have them on the map so you can see what's chasing you.
Oh, okay. They're not up to the van. Okay.
No, not yet. I just don't have enough map room right now for that.
Can I shove the shelf out the driver's window from behind her?
No.
Behind him?
No.
There's a shelving unit that goes floor to ceiling in the van.
Oh, I thought we were just ripping a shelf. Okay.
Oh yeah, it was just a shelf. That's what she was asking for. But if he ripped the entire thing off, hey, even better for what she's thinking.
What you want me to do with it?
See those 2 guys behind us? Wait till they're just a little bit closer, and then throw that thing as hard as you can at them.
Right. Wade positions himself by the rear doors, holding on to the shelf. They get close enough, you pop that door and watch yourself.
If it helps, Eli says, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yep, I've got the other door. Now just
So
wait
yeah,
for them to get close
that's
enough.
me waiting,
Okay.
holding the shelf and getting ready to use it as a battering ram.
All right. Eli is going to open up if you're looking out, it would be the right-hand door. It is just swinging open, and he actually climbs onto the top of the van. Very easily.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Kind of.
Ivy's keeping her eye on the 2 behind them. Wait until they're just closer for the shelf plan.
Okay.
Because when they get close enough, she's going to open the other door to give him the go ahead.
Cheryl?
She's just staying in the middle, protecting the suitcase.
Okay. So these other two are going to gun it, and are going to, as they had been turning, and now they can accelerate forward, and then hopefully try and keep up. Okay. They do get closer. They're not on you all. Are they within shotgun range? Well, yeah. Not probably prime shotgun range. They're having some trouble keeping up with Clyde's driving of this van. But they do have their arms out, and by that I mean their shotguns. Eli is yelling, drive. They're trying to keep us from getting to the sheriff, and now that you're in the driver's seat, Clyde, and maybe you are. I mean, I know you're aching for a fight, or well, I mean, maybe a fight, but for that breakaway. And there's that look. You look out at your opponent, measuring them up. Now, this person doesn't have a face exposed, or a body except long claws on a hand. But when you look out, the driver of this motorcycle leans forward like just an inch, barely perceptible, but you don't need to roll any dice. You're attuned to the slight body language of opponents or possible opponents, and with the hand, the visor comes up.
All right.
And you see Damocles? Question mark? Would the motorcyclist like to say anything?
All over.
Clyde thinks about it for like half a second. And Damocles can probably see like like a whole bunch of just like equations and confusions going on. And he just looks at the road, looks back at Damocles, looks back at the road, looks back at Damocles. But rubber ducks. No, I'm not pulling over. He slams on the brakes just enough for Wade to be, like, the people in behind him to be smashed into the back of the van, and for Wade to be able to lunge onto them, and then he just hits the gas again. He's not stopping. He's just making sure the other party gets rear-ended.
I see. Okay.
And about the time that they're about ready to smack... Yep, about the time that they're getting ready to smack into the back of the van, obviously, give Wade, go ahead. Eat it.
Right. Wade, you are dumping the shelf.
I am throwing it as forcefully as inhumanly possible.
Okay.
At the motorcyclist.
Are you aiming for the single rider or the one with the sidecar?
The sidecar.
Okay. All right, it smashes into the motorcycle with the sidecar, and like there's sparks because it collided in part with the road. It collided against the motorcycle, and it's as it's falling behind, and the driver is trying to keep control, but that's only leaving with any sort of proximity this motorcycle down here, which is closer because of the brake check.
Ivy is gonna grab one of these signs and that one.
You're gonna throw a floppy magnetic sign?
Yes.
Okay, do it.
Yep.
Give me an athletics and strength that.
Like a frisbee.
I'm rousing for this because she's absolute shit with strength athletics.
Okay.
So it's just one of those things like, I'm gonna make sure this hits.
Well, you and your sister are alike, apparently.
I think I'm going to willpower that though and try
Sure.
to go for 2 more successes.
Do it. And another one too. All right,
So that's
4
4.
successes. Good. So you as you shout out something, I don't know, like Parks and Get Wrecked. You toss out the floppy magnetic Parks and Rec sign out the back of the van, and it doesn't collide with the motorcycle, but what happens is, as it's kind of sliding on the pavement, the motorcycle's wheels kind of catch and spin, and so it's falling behind as the driver's trying to maintain control. So no real damage, but you did get them to drop away from you, outside of comfortable shotgun range.
Clyde, lose him. Please.
Wade will pull the doors back closed and rip the other shelf from the other side of the van.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that, and while you're doing that, Eli's going to. Don't try to stop us. You know exactly why I'm here. You don't need to defend him. And he is going to... he has some very harsh words for Damocles, question mark, who seems to clinch up in some pain on the motorcycle, though nothing apparently was thrown nor shot at the rider. Eli then shouts like he's pounding on the top. Keep driving. Don't listen to him.
What? You're the one I'm listening to now. What? Is it a bomb?
It better not fucking be.
I can't believe that's the first time I've heard you curse.
And I guess Damocles, question mark, if you would like to get a word in edgewise here. And then we're going to have you and Clyde apparently, I don't know, tussle in some way. But you gotta get this van to not van. And hopefully Eli to stop being Eli.
Done. If that is the case, then I will end up shouting at him. You know not what you do. As I end up driving alongside, I'm trying to end up going in. In fact, maybe Clyde is familiar Because if this is Damocles, his fist is going upward. Almost like one would smash a table. But he's looking at your engine block. I'm curious what Clyde will do.
Let him into a parked car, damn it!
I'm trying to think about what I should do.
Yep, so he got a little bit of zoomies on you and is up at the engine with a big, blocky, raised fist.
Give me a second. Clyde. I think I think what Clyde's gonna do, is he's gonna straight up stop the car and hit it in reverse as hard as possible.
Okay.
And start driving backwards, I guess.
Okay.
This just got weird.
Operating off of instinct in this regard, you can make a wits drive for this, and we're going to put this against the smashing fist of Damocles ?
I'm gonna lose. That's not even a question. I'm gonna get wrecked.
Maybe.
If I understand this, this would probably be a strength drive.
The strength drive.
Wouldn't it? It's drive wits versus the strength. How fast you can bring it down, can you bring the engine to a stop?
Hmm.
This is clearly a physical attack, but the conflict is not whether it's hit. It's pretty easy to hit a car. The problem is can he keep in position against Clyde?
What?
I don't know. That's the
Oh,
first thing.
wait. You're saying strength drive for you.
Yes.
I thought you were saying, oh, well, what if Clyde made that? I'm like, what? All right, no.
I'm trying to make sure that we're both in the same.
Yeah. That
in the same dice pool, or a dice pool that makes sense.
especially because you are on a motorcycle, which is a lot more. It requires more wrangling, and you are trying to also play whack-a-mole. Absolutely. I was losing my gourd trying to be like, strength drive for Clyde. Where is this? What? Did I miss something?
Okay, and as a point, I will be activating potence. Well,
Rip Van.
I just accidentally spilt the.
Rip Van. Clyde's in the driver's seat. It's Rip Clyde.
Okay, so.
Clyde will be fine.
I would just remind that I think everyone still has a Fickle God's Favor.
There are fickle God's favors, and also you were given
That's
a lucky charm by Eli that does something.
I want to use a Fickle God's Favor. I have 2 of them. I'm going to use one of them so I can bring that dice pool up to 5 successes, hopefully.
Okay. Done.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm going to spend the willpower.
Pain.
I had to spend the willpower.
Y'all, are we getting live Derek dice?
Yes.
I'm gonna wait
Orville
for. I'm gonna wait
Not as
for
good as Rainy
Clyde.
Days.
No, I'm done rolling. It's there.
What'd you
4
get?
successes.
4.
Well, I can guarantee you passed. 9 dice with a 3 reroll, 1 success.
Oh my god!
Put him in
Derek
chat if you got him, guys. Derek types in the chat.
Saved by the graces of your bad luck.
The hand slams down, almost acting as a pivot for the motorcycle. As it comes down, and it's just this central point, and you
Just like in a
did
Kira
stop,
sled.
and you're starting to go in reverse. However, Damocles question mark is also lined up now, right? Like you can see each
Right in
other
front of you.
because he just pivoted around using his fingers in the road.
Wait, you got a gun? You got a gun?
I got a
Go
shell.
forward.
Get his wheel! Someone. Get some fucking nails on the road.
Eli peers down the side. Just, he's looking in at you. What he's holding on to is questionable. You can't just run. You need to destroy him. This is not a run. He needs to be gone.
What do I do with this? And pull out that little piece of the paper doll.
I promised you help, and even though I'm right here, what do you want?
Kick his ass!
Just kick his ass? What
Very
so
good.
how am I interpreting this? Like,
Was I talking to Eli or am I talking to a storyteller?
I'm asking you from storyteller to what he so Eli promised you a favor, whatever that means. Make a wish. Well, I don't know, what do you want? He said that this is a lucky charm.
Get us to the sheriff.
Well, all right. What are you doing that this is going to enhance your luck on? This isn't you rub a magic lamp and a genie comes out wish. This is you are getting a bonus of some kind to something you're doing.
Okay, I misunderstood. Okay,
Yeah.
Let me think. God, I feel like we're watching a Starsky and Hutch movie. Can you spin this van, Clyde?
Sure can, and he just whips the wheel, hits it.
Door! Yelling at Ivy, door!
She opens the door.
As Clyde whips the van around, I'm gonna brace myself, stick the shelf out, and use it kind of like as a big old sweeping pole to knock Damocles' motorcycle.
All right. If he gets close, you're dragging the shelf behind the van to ward him off.
As Clyde's spinning the van, I'm getting this thing braced against the van out the back door to use it like an iron pole against a regular motorcycle. It's like I'm utilizing the shelf.
Oh, okay, so he's not up on you yet because he only just pivoted while you've been going in reverse. So, but you can have it hanging out the back and dragging if you want. But Damocles isn't on you because he was outmaneuvered.
Clyde's gonna call Miss Page.
I'm right here. You don't have to shout.
Look in the box.
No.
Tell
not
me
doing that.
what to do.
Just drive. Just get us to the salt mine.
All right. He's still trying. He's still driving.
Whether or not that's Damocles, we were given orders directly from the sheriff. Those are the orders we followed.
All right.
Okay. Ivy,
So-
what were you doing?
She was opening the door for,
Oh, right, yeah.
So as this van spins, how close is the other chase motorcycle, or are they both like gone?
No, they would be in front of you now because you spun the van around. So that's why I swapped them to the other side. That way, as you're doing this out the back, you see Damocles ? Behind you.
All right, then the shelf is going to become projectile as hard as I can. The second he's close enough, and
Okay.
that's
Whoop. Yeah, because the van was going in reverse. So
right.
Damocles and Clyde were going to be eye to eye. You
Right.
asked for a spin around, so now
Right.
you are eye to eye with Damocles ?
Right.
So, in that moment then, Damocles ? As the van is careening towards the sidecar, the damaged sidecar and rider, and the slightly spun out, more like Mario Kart banana peel with that magnetic sign that Ivy put down, what are you saying or doing as you see Clyde, or you see Wade with a metal shelf at the back of this van, and I mean, you're there.
You ungrateful Leomorn. I will end up ripping your heart out. And let's see what you can do with that sign. He's going to...
Go ahead.
Damocles is going to end up closing. And if you can, use under potent soaring leap to get into the van. Going to abandon the motorcycle and get right in there.
I'm going to use the shelf like a bat.
Matter, you're
And
calling
this-
what the dice pools are.
This is where I'm going to say I want to use my fickle god favor.
All right, so you'll be able to reroll one die. This is... I would say this is more of like a strength athletics to leap onto the van from the motorcycle. And it would be a strength melee to swing the shelf like a weapon against the oncoming baseball bat. Or you have the bat, he's the ball. And then we'll compare who has more successes to determine any degrees of success.
Willpower for sure.
Total of 5.
And then you said I can re-roll one die with the fickle god. That's 3. That's going to only give me a chance for 4, so it's no point in doing that.
No, there's not even a chance for
But it sure looked cool.
Okay. Well, motorcycle is not here.
I imagine the motorcycle tips sideways is currently sparking and turning about along the pavement behind them. Damocles has a pair jumping upon, and as the sign starts swinging, it has a pair missing him just by a hair margin as he ends up landing inside the back of the van, looking directly at Wade. Seems he wants to complete his promise.
You're supposed to be dead.
The hell is Eli doing?
Good question. What is Eli doing, Matt?
Eli walks across the top of the van. Well, if you haven't used them yet, I could use the help. As you are, Damocles question mark, just inside the van here. He is atop, and how can I do this with? What's available? All right. As ST to players, are you committed to helping Eli?
I'm not.
I'm committed to getting to the sheriff. That
I
means
second
helping Eli, then so be it.
Okay.
Clyde is committed
I'll put it. I'll put it this. Let me just clarify, in case there's a question. In this situation, Eli does want to get to the sheriff. Damocles question mark also seems to want to get to the sheriff and does not like Eli, seeing him as a threat. So, herein is a choice. You can support Eli. You can support Damocles question mark, because the beef is between those two primarily, as Eli is seemingly the reason why Damocles question mark is here. Or I suppose you could support neither if you would rather let those two do their thing. So how this will play out will depend on in a moment here. In this moment of decision, you have Damocles just inside the van, you have Eli right on top, and then there's really all four of you in the rest of the van.
If Damocles was truly only after Eli, he wouldn't be paying any of us any attention. So, yeah, I'm going to support Eli and get our ass. Well, the goal is to get to the sheriff. Whatever's in the damn box. That's me.
Ivy?
Ivy saw Damocles fall on the ship. She's not sure who this guy is, but she doesn't Damocles, so she's going to Eli.
Okay. Cheryl?
She's supporting neither of them. Her goal is to get it to the sheriff.
Clyde?
Clyde is supporting Miss Page.
Miss
That's what
Page
he agreed
is
upon in Elysium. That's where he's going.
okay.
Paige is loudly announced, just get to the sheriff. Don't bother with them.
Yep. So neither.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay. Then I am going to roll a die as the tiebreaker, and it's either going to be ditch the both of them or support Eli. Eli's a 1 through 5, ditch both of them as a 6 through 10. Okay.
Use the shelf to shove them both out the door.
Let them get out in the streets.
Eli, as he is not needing a lot of help staying on the top of this van, has a red aura about him. And the tokens that each of you had are they sort of turn into dust and disappear. Eli has, the hell is that? A laser? What? No, but that looks like blood. Some kind of a projectile emerging from him to slam into Damocles question mark. And as those two are tussling, the rear of the van and the unstable shelf gets caught in the mix between these two. And ahead, I need a dexterity drive from Clyde. And I will count this as street racing, as you're going to try and bust through the two motorcycles who have the occupants. All three of them are raising their shotguns to unload into the van.
Nope. I'm gonna rouse the blood for an extra 2 dice.
Okay.
That is the first time I have not gotten hungrier. Wow. All right. So that puts me at +3. I don't know what the difficulty is, so I'm just hitting it.
We're just comparing results here.
All right.
Nice
5
roll.
successes.
3 shotguns go off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Can I willpower it? I don't want to get hit.
Do you want to? You can.
I don't want.
Well, if you're using
I
your
don't-
willpower, I won't stop you, but do you want to use your last willpower here?
I'm using it.
Okay. Okay.
7.
7 to 7, but
Oh.
you are the one who is trying to get out of here. They're the ones, I guess, on the defense here, since they were receiving the U zooming past. So, for those of you inside, like, there are definitely some of the pellets from the shotgun, like, that are spanking against the van. It is going to take some damage here, and you bust through. You know, mass times speed equals force on impact, and a van has more mass than even the motorcycle with the sidecar. So simple physics is going to give you the advantage here. And leaving behind the motorcycles and Eli and Damocles question mark, you bust through, and that was your need for speed. you gun it. And as everything is growing smaller behind you, there's a and the van is getting really shaky because you lost at least one of your tires in the shotgun blasts. You're driving
I just
it.
see it rolling in front of me, and I'm like, oh.
But it's getting very hard to control. And there's a weird smell coming out of the vents. But they are far behind you now. You got the zoomies, and you're out of there. So for purposes of like combat, that you've disengaged from that. You are gone. That scene is behind you.
Perfect. Alright, it's gonna be a bit of a bumpy ride, but I think we're out of it.
Wait, get us a new car.
Woo!
I've not had that kind of luck tonight.
Sounds of police incoming.
No,
Probably because of the firefight, the shotgun blasts and such, and maybe reports of crazy driving. But the van isn't going to make it to the salt mine.
So stitch the car. Find somewhere else. Find something else.
Alright. Clyde will politely pull over. And puff of smoke following their trail. But we're gonna lose the popo again. Swear to God, this is like the third time tonight.
Second,
Quick look around. Are we any other suitable vehicle?
I mean, if you want to break into and hotwire it, but with the burst of speed and the fact that this whole time you've been making progress towards the lakeside, it's just he was taking side routes. You're close if you want to hoof it. If you want to go down like alleyways that cars can't, or you want to actually just get there yourself, or you could steal a bicycle, or you could steal a car if you want. But remember, you're also going to have to get into the salt mine.
I could get in.
Alright, I say we hoof it.
at least for a bit. Just get away from the vehicle.
Alright. Scatter!
You ditch the van and continue hoofing it. There are sounds back where the incident was happening of police incoming. And there's still a lot of traffic, especially towards downtown here. Very heavy. A lot of people out while you're trying to make your way through. People on the street, they seem to be in a pretty celebratory mood. Not just like drunkards going around, but people who are excited, talking about the show. Apparently something was stolen off of a barge. But enough of that. Have at you. And by that I mean, as you approach the salt mine area here, there are the protesters that have been outside the main entrance are actually rather active. They weren't just sitting around like they were the first time that you came in. They're up, they're chanting and marching and holding signs. I mean, not that they necessarily have any authority to stop anyone legally. But if you don't want to be, I guess, noticed, there's a large group of humans outside the main entrance. But there could be other entrances, depending on how crafty you are. And it's not like you haven't gotten wet already tonight, if you wanted to take that route too. How would you like to get into the mine? By foot? By doggy paddle? By murdering a bunch of protesters and walking in? Some other means?
We are not mass murdered for the umpteenth time.
Are there other, taking a good look around, are there other ways of getting in? Is there just a section of fence I could tear open?
Yeah, absolutely.
Away from the crowds, and
If you don't mind leaving a torn fence behind, then that's fine.
Why don't we just climb the fence instead of tearing it open?
I got a better idea. These protesters will make a great distraction. How about I open the fence for them?
I think they're distraction enough as they are.
Fuck it. Y'all, what's that? Literally turns and points with two hands and goes, "What's that?"
Specs, if you're saying something, you're muted.
Clyde will turn and look.
Is there another, like, probably not a white van, but is there another, like, company vehicle nearby?
There is on the inside of the compound.
Okay.
Does everybody turn when
No.
Wade makes the big show? Like, what's that?
Wait. Why don't you go invisible, sneak inside,
What's
grab
that?
that van, bring it out.
Right now, none of the protesters have seen you all. I mean, nothing says that you couldn't just walk like 400 feet that way and tear in further down where no one is. Well, supposedly no one is, but...
Or, just climb it, which is... We've already left quite a bit of a trail tonight, as is.
Well, there's barbed wire at the top. You can climb it. I mean, maybe you don't care about the barbed wire.
I don't have the shoes for climbing.
Have Wade throw you over then.
No.
Or have Clyde do
Oh, God. He doesn't even bat an eye. Grabs a hold of Ivy and attempts to chuck her over the fence.
Are you
Ivy or
allowing this,
Cheryl?
Ivy?
Ivy or Cheryl?
Cheryl, sorry. Because
I
Ivy
can
said,
be.
just chuck her over the fence, so...
She's just going to give you, like, a polite slap.
No. Strength and brawl. Or to get the grapple.
I would like to daunt.
It's like a reflex. It was such a great idea to Wade that it's just reflex.
If to avoid a physical attack, you'll need to dodge.
Well, this is a daunt because it would make him have to use a resolve and composure roll to attack me.
Okay.
Okay.
So this would be
So roll that,
intimidation.
and then you would roll to see if your attack goes through. We'll keep your brawl and strength, and then resolve the dodge.
And can I include my icy stare in this?
Yeah, you're close. He's grabbing you and talking to you.
I'm going to re-roll.
It's like a Mexican standoff.
It's up to 3 for willpower.
Yeah.
But yeah, you only get the one
you only have
non-hunger.
One.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's up to 3 if you have up to 3 open.
okay. Then could I also use my favorite?
Yeah.
So That'd be 2 successes.
Okay. Wade, you have a second thought.
Yeah, my first one. What's that?
You do need to beat 2 to attack me.
You did.
I
You
didn't.
didn't. You made that roll.
Yeah, he stopped. The attack didn't go through.
Just,
Okay. Yeah.
oh god.
So how are you going through, above, below, around this fence to breach the mine?
I'm keep trying to get them to look away, and only 2 people have gotten it.
If you must be a vandal, go ahead and rip open the fence.
Look over there, goddammit.
Why?
He's
As soon as
shy.
everybody turns, obfuscate. I will rouse for my higher obfuscation. Yay! So I can do unseen passage. I am going to find a nice dark corner where I don't find cameras or anything else, and I will open a hole in the fence.
Cameras are questionable. You don't know where the cameras are, but you can go to where you think they're not. Not a guarantee that there won't be, though.
Right.
Okay.
But that's fine.
All right. You,
Yeah, me versus a fence. I'm just like cut enough to slip through it,
okay.
sneak down to where they are, and very quietly whisper, "Go to the fucking door." As in the hole I just made.
Thank you. And Clyde just like crawls in through. I did not want to take another swim today.
Hopefully there are no
Oh,
cameras
she
then,
looks
because
like-
while the invisible guy can get in without being seen on camera, the 3 people who aren't invisible probably can be seen. The perimeter is breached. The 4 of you are inside, not having been noticed by the protesters, who are still loudly, very active and chanting. But you know the way. You've been here with Angel. It's a pretty straightforward process. Are
I'm gonna
you
maintain
walking?
my obfuscation and let them lead the way.
Okay. How would are the 3 of you trying to be sneaky, or are you just dashing? What are you doing?
Stick
I'm
to
gonna
the
corner a
shadows.
guy.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna find a way to get one guy cornered, beat him up, take his jacket. Or alternatively,
okay.
Miss Page could be so polite as to assist in this endeavor by making sure they don't remember anything.
Can do.
And Ivy's gonna help her with that, because cloud memory is fun.
Okay. You are spotted along the way by some people on a little like transit car, like a little gator going by. Hey, where's your safety equipment? Where's your vest and helmet?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, you know. Dang is saying. We're just trying to clock in, and protesters out there ripped them all off of us.
We didn't get anything on the radio about them.
Protesters? How do you not get the radio about them?
No, that there's an attack at the gate.
Precisely.
What?
Mom got loaning us some spares. We've had some troubles just trying to get clocked into work tonight.
Who are you? Where's your ID?
Them, and Ivy's gonna motion to the
He's starting to hold up a radio to his mouth.
Oh, Wade comes up behind the two of them and claps their heads together.
Is there two of them, or is it just the one?
No, there's a
He said
pair.
Yeah, he said there were two in the cart. Yeah, just
Roll it. They are wearing safety helmets, though, so I'm going to penalize you 2 dice for 2 helmets.
penalty of 2 dice high.
Okay.
Can Cheryl just cloud their memory?
You could, except things are getting kind of messy. Well, bestial. Let's see, 2 workers, safety vest, helmets. What would be a juicy way to describe this?
Oops.
Okay. You go to give him your signature finishing move here, which worked on helpless teens on the beach. But in here, you got to use a little bit more force. They're clearly wearing the proper safety gear, so you can go a little bit harder, you figure. And instead of helmet to helmet, which would be a little bit cushier, you because you are behind them, both their heads right into the dash of this gator. They slump forward. The gator starts driving off, and bloop, into the canal. No bodies, no
Oops.
gator.
No evidence. Let's go.
Well, they did get up in an hour.
They're in the water.
Oh, there's no getting up, Cheryl. Bless you for thinking so.
No, I said dig them up. Like,
Oh,
someone's
dig 'em
gonna
up.
find them.
Someone will. Unless maybe one of the big propellers of the freighters just kind of chop them up. That'd be
Back to
convenient.
you
me.
again, huh?
We gotta go. Let's go.
Clyde follows along. He right before the bodies sink, he does quickly grab one of them, rips off one of the jackets, goes ahead and puts on the work uniform. No more questions.
I could let you snatch away a reflective vest, but not a uniform.
That's close enough.
Okay. You have a day glow vest with some reflective strips on it. It's shiny. Okay, Gator bloop goes into the canal. You all go into the place with the elevator, and what is the one that I need here? Why, that would happen to be this. There we go. And down you go, almost 2,000 feet below Lake Erie. You start walking through the tunnels. And you get to the one that you remembered led to the interesting tunnel. Angel's not here, but Clyde, you know how to crank this hog. You can hop into the lift, and you get that big diesel just vibing up through you. And you position it, The big salt block at the end lifts up.
Well, ladies first.
In we go. And Ivy.
Possibly one of us should stay out here to let the others out. If Angel's isn't here and if the Scourges aren't here.
See, I would have to agree with you if not for the fact that I think we have to show up together. I'll just leave the door open. Ain't no problem.
Okay. Once more, you walk past the various people lining the walls of this very well-sculpted gallery. Repentant faces, guilty faces, those pleading and pleading, seeking desperately for some kind of ease to their torment. And then you stand once more. Oops. Oh, I forgot. This time, as you made your way around the curve, the big boiler door was closed. However, as you approach, it opens, and you all can walk inside the sheriff's chamber.
Knock, knock.
You have it. The
Sure holds
gnarled
up the-
voice.
Sure holds up the briefcase. Here's the not or you requested.
Bring it to me, child.
And she does so. She walks up, hands him the briefcase.
Good. You didn't look inside, did you?
It has not been opened. There might still be water inside.
Excellent. Though I'm curious, where's Damocles?
Unfortunately, while we were on the ship, a shipping container fell on him.
A tragedy.
Yeah. Job's done.
And well, I suppose you four being here would answer any other questions that I would have.
Yeah, I'd like to know what the hell just fucking happened.
Thumbs through and there's a click.
Cheryl at this point will be stepping back to join the others.
What kind of mission was this? Let's be real here. I've spent the better part of my nights having to stare down mugs like yours, play stupid games of fetch, and waste blood and gas on what amounted to a mistake on on part of whoever the fuck forgot to mention there was specialized private military on the damn brig.
I will answer
What
your question.
ride you taking us for, big guy?
I will answer your question, Cheryl. Real quick, wits awareness while you were up handing over the briefcase. Okay.
And she wasn't trying to look at the thing or anything.
No, he sets aside. It would be like a really large. It'd be like a really large tablet that he sets down on the side of the throne that he must have been regarding, reading something. Interesting. I mean, it's a bit of an archaic place. Not that he can't be modern, but you step back down and. Or I'm sorry, even before that, because you had asked a question, Clyde. Yes, it would seem that I had chosen. I had deemed you worthy of the task enough for Damocles to recover what it was that was needed. Though, from my understanding, you did a little bit more than simply haunt the ship. But no matter. You have done what needed doing. I, and speaking on behalf of the Prince, appreciate your efforts. And I'll see that you get rewarded. What is this?
Who's Eli?
What is this?
I have no clue. We never opened it. Damocles handed it to me.
And he turns around the briefcase. You ask, who is Eli? He turns around the briefcase, and inside is... It would be effectively something like this little RGB glowing toy. This is a mouse in this case. But this is like clearly like a little... It'd be like a glowing... it wouldn't just... It would be like a glowing snow globe of the city. And it has like little RGB lights. Like little sparkles coming down, catching the RGBs.
Apparently that is the Nator that was on the ship.
Seems like Damocles got a fucked up sense of humor.
Eli said.
Yeah. Said he was working for the tower.
Indeed. He was here, I suppose, to investigate the sheriff.
Oh no, he didn't say.
He did say he was wanting to meet with you.
He stands up, and the globe of the glowing little snow globe of the city falls on one of the steps and shatters down here as well. I'll give it to you, Ivy, because you were from the Elysium.
Yeah.
Something that was just said does not seem right.
Eli said he wanted him. The sheriff is claiming Eli wanted to investigate him.
Who are you talking to?
Talking to sheriff.
Why would he call himself the sheriff? In sort of a passive or dismissive voice.
She's going to switch over to Sense the Unseen and get a good look at the sheriff. See if there's anything going.
You are concentrating hard. Remember, this place is odd. You haven't heard your father. He's been cut off from you.
Yeah.
And as you look, though there is an actual gauzy veil over the face of the sheriff, Damocles and Damocles question mark, Thing 1 and Thing 2, looked remarkably the same. Twins, I suppose, but the curse might work differently with Nos. But the sheriff also looks like Damocles. Just a more gnarled version. Similar features. But as you pierce with that sense the unseen, you're looking through not just a red veil, like a gauze, a cloth. There's something similar, like the red aura that you saw flash around Eli back at the van. And your sight clarifies on a face that you have never seen before.
She is reaching out, grabbing Clyde's arm and tugging backwards.
Well, he's continuing as if he's not noticed or what you're doing, because you're doing a subtle tug.
I appreciate what it is that you attempted to do, as well as bring me the information that Eli is here. I suppose that the Chantry would send him. Well, no matter. If he's not here, then he must have been taken care of. All that's left then is, I suppose, to try again. And I believe it is time then that you actually met the sheriff. I'm sorry, fledglings, that you have been caught up in something much greater than you. For what it's worth, you have proven yourselves quite capable.
By the way, for you, Ivy, you are not hearing this voice at all. You're hearing a middle-aged man's voice who's speaking with some kind of an Eastern European accent. I mean, not that you know that the others are or aren't, but, you know, for you.
Who are you really?
I am not Sheriff Cozad, I'm afraid.
No, that's obvious.
To you. But do you see the look of surprise, bewilderment on your friends' faces?
More like anger. Motherfucker, if you ain't the actual sheriff, then what have we been running around all night for? I'm going home.
Kind of. With that outburst, you're gonna go in the opposite direction. Because
Yeah,
you owe me a bestial crit.
I do.
And you are in the presence of the sheriff.
For however much longer you have here, you may know that you stand in the presence of Jivionka. Now, I have other matters to attend, fledglings. May you rest in peace in your final life. Or in your final death.
Wait, let's get one good hit on this motherfucker. Clyde is going to just start, like, going straight towards him.
Clyde, can you not try to get yourself killed?
Clyde,
Wait.
as you have a burst of speed forward. In fact, do you have a discipline that allows you to just kind of get up there?
Fleetness, yes. He's going to pick up some of the glass from the snow globe on his way. Because fuck this guy, he's gonna cut him. He's gonna get his eye. Last damn thing he does, he's gonna at least get his eye.
Okay. Make an... I want a speedy attack of some kind. I guess let's do a dex melee.
Cool. I do believe Fleetness lets me add my dots in celerity for that.
As he starts glowing red to all of you, not just you, Ivy. All of you can see that Sheriff Kozad is glowing red.
Wade, give Clyde a hand.
I can't do anything else. I will use the last dice from my thingamabobber, the what's it called? The last spare reroll from Fickle God. There we go. I will reroll one of those. 3 successes.
Okay.
Basically, Ivy is telling Wade, sick him.
Oh.
You burst forward across that plate of chains and judgment here, dashing up the stairs, scooping up a piece of the broken, glowing Cleveland snow globe, and you slash up at the sheriff. And as you do, this glass doesn't just, well, it doesn't cut through the fabric that you think is there. It's cutting through more. And for a moment for you, Clyde, you're seeing someone completely different, wearing a different set of robes. One's a little bit more fancier, ceremonial, with all kinds of odd etchings inside, or like within it. And there is a scream. Ah! And for now, everyone, the appearance of the sheriff shifts to what Clyde had seen in a moment that lasted a while and what Ivy had been peering through even longer. As he clutches his face, but streams of red had poured off of him. And maybe, Clyde, you finished whatever he was doing?
Clyde's gonna spit.
Huh?
He's gonna spit directly in the womb when he's right there. He just... Insult to injury. He's not leaving until he has made a point. He has wasted 3 days of this.
Wade is going to rush towards the statue with the two-handed sword and take it and rush this whoever he is in an attempt to behead him.
Wade, as you rush forward and clutch the sword, you go to pull it out. The statue moves as this ribbon of red finishes flowing into it, and it clasps your arm.
Oh.
You know not what you do. Away, you fool!
And
And
Clyde,
Clyde is
you are blown back to the base of the throne.
Perfect. As soon as he falls down, he hops back up, pulls up his pants, adjusts his jacket, and he just starts. He leaves. He starts running.
Cheryl and Ivy, you see that the
Ivy.
sheriff, who is now no longer appearing as the sheriff, stands up, and the seal, the boilerplate behind the throne, moves to the side, as it seems like he's getting ready to turn.
Ivy is grabbing Cheryl's arm and hauling ass after Clyde.
Okay. What, Wade, what you see happen then, as the others are turning to flee. Oops.
Oh. I was saying that Cheryl would have already turned. Like, she would have been on her way out as Wade was running. Running up.
Okay. Well, in that case, Ivy. Nope, not sticking around there.
The 6 statues of ways to end vampires. Oh, which one did I miss? Oh, haha, expanded. That's the one that is having its limbs ripped off. Start moving. And for those of you who have turned to flee, the giant statue by the door that represents the rite of destruction shifts. Oh, come on. There's a song tag that's getting in the way here because it's not disappearing. I need a Dex Athletics from you, Clyde, as a giant fist comes smashing down as you attempt to flee.
Oh boy.
Cheryl and Ivy, you see in this maybe 25, 30-foot statue that is beginning to stand and is coming down with a mighty fist. Embedded, ooh, a messy critical.
Oh. Why?
If there's any time to get it,
Using fleetness.
You two see embedded in the chest of this otherwise perfectly sculpted Adonis-like figure with a cherub face, the gnarled, withered, dried form of presumably the real Sheriff Kozad, who has been embedded in this thing. Red veins flow through the pure white salt of the statue as it smashes down. Clyde, you expertly dodge out of the way. And in so doing, this is a messy critical here. You're very fast. How would we do this? Well, if it's the beast. You hold them up? No. Dash out the door, avoiding the fist. Pushing down Cheryl and Ivy. No damage. You just out of my way. You push them aside, you burst forward. And you're like, you know what? That was a cool trick with the motorcycle. And finding this inner strength you didn't know you had, you swing around the giant boiler door and close the chamber.
I closed them in?
You got out. Doesn't mean they can't get back out, but you're out.
On the other side, I know my next move. I don't know how the little toy dolls work. But Clyde has one of those.
The 6 statues are now stirring, Wade. You can pull yourself free, and you can even take the sword with you as you...
Oh,
but the 6
taking the sword.
executed statues are stirring.
Definitely taking the sword.
And as the sheriff turns and flees, his robes are... he is still wearing robes, just different. And it knocks the tablet down by you. And on it, you're seeing cameras all throughout the facility. And on the one here from the elevator drop-off, there's a group of those protesters that have made their way down and are seemingly, they have maybe a gator of their own that's filled with fireworks? Now, you can stay in the middle of the 6 statues and continue to observe the tablet. Yeah, I suppose you could grab it and run, or you could stay and fight. The sheriff has disappeared behind the iron door. The giant is now, is trying to recover back from the big smash and lumbers and moves slowly. And then you have the 6 smaller executed statues. And incoming is about a dozen protesters who are kind of, they have like a cart full of fireworks that they're pushing into the facility here.
So, first things first. Sword.
Okay, you have a sword.
Take the sword. I'm gonna rush the statue of the sheriff and try and stab whatever's in the middle of it. I just like.
Are you talking about the giant statue?
Yeah.
You would have to like jump or climb up to stab what's that far up in the chest.
Is the door still open where the guy ran?
No.
No.
Ivy's gonna take the moment that the giant statue is recovering and try to climb up to where supposedly the real sheriff is embedded.
Okay, you want to climb up the...
Yep, she wants to climb up it.
Okay, strength athletics to climb. Unless you have any shenaniganery.
All I've got is cat's grease, and that's balance. I'm rousing. Of course I do. Ow! I'm gonna willpower that. And then I'm gonna use my Fickle God to roll another one.
That is it for Fickle Gods.
That's 3 successes.
Okay, you climb up this thing.
She wants to take a look at the sheriff to see if he's in torpor or if he's just gone.
Okay. I guess hang on for the rodeo, because that's going to have to be its whole other thing as you're examining him.
Yep.
Okay, so, Cheryl, you're on the ground. The door is closed. Ivy just scrambled up, and Wade has a two-hander. And is
Cheryl's gonna
standing...
stand up,
Uh-huh.
just quickly brush the salt off of her, and then pound at the door and shout at Clyde. Clyde, you asshole! Open this door right now! You start... How dare you lock us in here after you start this shit?
Clyde, Tim. It sounds like henpecking from the other side of this metal door. Tim.
I have a big question.
Okay.
Are there fun boomsticks in this wonderful facility? Or more specifically, within Clyde's wonderful, fancy, reflective jacket?
No, not that you know of. There's big machines.
None of them.
There could be boomsticks, but it's
There's
probably...
big machines?
There's big machines. Not here. You'd have to keep running.
I have an idea. With great speed, Clyde is gonna find a big machine, drag it through this hallway, so that he can do big machine things on this big ugly thing.
Clyde McCoy, you come back here. He just... whoop, he just zooms further away. Okay. Wade, I'm sorry, what were you doing? Were you doing anything with the attacking, the tablet, observing? What are you...
I'm... Grab the sword and... God,
There are now mortals in the mines.
right. Breather's coming with boom booms. We gotta go. And drop the sword, grab the tablet, run for the door. I don't know what else to... No, I can't drop that sword. Screw that. No, because if these things are coming at me... I've
You're
gotta
strong
have
enough you can carry a two-hander in one hand. You may not be able to swing it as easily, but...
Okay, so yeah, I grab the tablet and the sword and start trying to figure out how to get the damn door open.
Sure. In fact, if you want... I mean, that requires two hands. You have Cheryl by the door. You could just be like, Cheryl! Just smack it over. Here.
Yeah, tablet.
Cheryl, you see... You see the fact that there's about a dozen people who are wearing similar rabble-rousing gear as the protesters. They seem to be kind of laughing and having a good time as they're making their way as they're making their way further into the mine. If you want, you can, I guess, like try and like zoom in or listen in through the tablet to find out what's going on, because they're speaking and talking. Amazing, despite you being 2,000 feet down, man, this Wi-Fi or whatever that's running through this place is immaculate.
That's some fiber optics.
Very well could be.
She'll zoom in a little bit to see the fireworks, but she doesn't really care what they're saying. Fun. Wade, can you get the door open?
Or try. Use the sword as leverage, or try and push it open, whatever.
I think it's a pull door on our end.
Make a composure leadership, Cheryl.
And who?
So no new information from the tablet, because you're on this round. You're given a command effectively to help direct Wade.
More successes.
Wade, you got one snaggletooth fang kind of pointing down as she looks over at you and gives you a command. But right now it's just the cute anime snaggletooth. You don't get two fangs yet. Okay. Put your back into it and heave ho.
Yeah, cool.
Go ahead and give me a strength athletics. And you can have, you know what? What was that? That was 4. So let's I'll give you 2 dice extra.
Willpower.
Okay.
The muscles under your withered skin. Ah!
Oh my god.
All right.
Can I
There is some movement. There's a, but this was like stripped off of a boiler of a freight train itself. Like this is a big one. But you are making some progress, just not enough quite yet.
keep trying? In fact, I'll rouse the blood for potence.
Okay.
So same roll.
Well, you can do it on your next turn.
Okay.
Right now, it's my turn to try and destroy you all. The 6, well, 4 are walking towards you. 2, the one that looks like it was being, I don't know, dipped in water or something, is really only half of a body. And the other one that looked like it was being burnt is only half. And those are kind of like crawling in a, even though they have this perfect sculpt in a grotesque manner towards you. Although technically the purified would be over here. There we go. And so these walking hunks of salt are coming forward. And all right, Wade, they are going to beat on you, and for the first 2, that is going to be 4 successes here. Now you're like, do you want to continue trying to pry the door open, or do you want to take the beating, or do you want to stop with the door and try and defend yourself here? This would just be... Oh, that's fine. We'll go over to... Oh,
I was just grabbing my book.
okay. Because if you want... This is like normal bludgeoning damage. This is like, they're beating on you, but this isn't fangs or claws.
Right.
It'll hurt. Might snap your bones a little bit.
And I have potent, so...
Well, potence will help with the door, but not... fortitude would be the thing that absorbs.
Yeah.
Speaking of which...
I have lethal body. Prowess, so... I succeeded my rouse. No, I'm gonna keep on the door.
Okay. Alright, so then that would be... how does that work? That's 4, like... I don't think you... potence is extra, so you would take half of that. So you take 2.
Right.
And then, Cheryl, you have 2 hits coming in, or like 2 successes on the hits here. Do you want to like stand and take the hits, or do you want to work the pad? You haven't exactly investigated it. There's just cameras that are open. Do you want to weather the storm, or do you want to try and defend yourself or run or something? Get yourself in a position. You might even be able to take hits for weight if you wanted.
You're muted.
Sorry. I cannot take hits. Could I dodge?
Okay. Yep, if you wish. That's Dex Athletics. Cheryl persists. Okay. Yep, you dodge out of the way. You won't be able to interact with the pad because you're like running over. She's over there. You dodge back in this direction. All right. Big Thing is going to try and grab. Is going to try and grab onto Ivy. Big honking thing here. Okay. Ivy.
She's going to try and dodge the giant hand. God, this is gonna suck.
I mean, if you got to beat 6 successes here, so.
No, you got a crit on.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, 2 10s, so 8.
All right, and that'd be what, Dex Athletics?
Yep.
That's gonna get roused because again, shit. Wrong one. Not that it matters because same dice pool, but.
Okay. So this thing is going to this thing is grabbing onto you, and the veins that are running through it, now that it has you, are making contact, and you are being drained of your blood. This thing is, it just absorbs Vitae.
Damn.
Oh, fun.
And so you are going to you're going to gain 1 hunger, and you are grappled in this thing as it's going to continue to hold you and feed off of you.
Oh, lovely. Up to hunger 4.
We come over to Clyde. And, Clyde, you have been dashing as fast as you can. You are fleet. You reach the salt door that's being held open by the lift. What would you like to do?
Well, that's the only option at the moment. So I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna take the lift, move it through the opening.
The lift is what's holding the door open right now.
Not if I put the block down somewhere else.
It lifts up, like it goes up into the ceiling, like it lifts the door up, or it'll set it back down. Yeah.
Are there any other large machines?
There are. Just you got to keep running.
That's not helpful at the moment.
Cheryl, you see on chamber entrance on the tablet, you see Clyde contemplating beside the machine.
I guess at this point I'm gonna see what else I can do with the tablet.
Okay, if you do in your attack, then you won't be able to dodge.
Yeah.
Is it worth taking a hit to get tactical information?
Sure.
Okay. This is going to be... The tablet's easy. It was made for a very old vampire, so the buttons are really large. Roll a, a charisma leadership. Number of successes can help aid whatever Clyde's going to be doing here. Okay. So you discover as you're interfacing with this tablet the two things. The groups are heading down from level 1 to level 2. And they're talking about something about wanting to shut down the mines to keep them from operating. And to, you know, yeah, no one's here. No one who matters is going to get hurt. So it seems like their intention is to blow up or start a leak or something in the mines with the fireworks that they have. With that too, you have 3. If you're willing to, I'll give you a choice here. You can bleed one off to interact with the door here in the main chamber, or you can send both of those over to Clyde to do something next.
What do you mean by interact with the door?
Open it. Close it.
Like, is there a button to open it?
Yeah.
Okay, I would go for that then.
Okay. So you back out of this camera view, and and Wade, the door starts opening, swinging out back into the tunnel. Just as it had opened to allow you all to come in very seamlessly. All right, with your last one then, so Clyde can get an extra die on something here, and you can inform Clyde both that there are groups of humans making their way further into the mines, and also that there is other kinds of excavation gear, if that's what he's looking for, located one level up. And there's of course way more excavation gear higher up. But there is a big machine on level 3 as well.
I'm also mad at you right now.
Maybe you don't tell him then. This is what you get, Clyde.
I mean,
I'm upset at you.
that's up to you. You don't tell him anything. He's not going to be of any use to you. So he is staying. He is staying behind, and he hasn't closed the big salt block on all of you yet.
I mean, I guess you'll just say, we got the door open, we're coming out.
Wade, the door opens
he-
in front of you. Oh, go ahead. What, Cheryl?
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know if it's like a speaker over it, but basically she's gonna be like, hey, Clyde, you're in trouble.
You can... No, there's a PA system throughout the mines that you can access from that tablet.
Yeah, she's just gonna like, fine, we got the door open. You are in so much trouble.
And Clyde just calls back, Miss Page, I'm trying to find some dynamite because I don't want to have to get my shit fisted by giant salt rocks.
Ivy, that hurts a little bit.
It does.
Maybe you shouldn't have attacked the sheriff.
Wade, Ivy is
He was
grasped
going to
by
kill
this
us anyways.
by this giant statue, and the door just opened up in front of you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna attempt to use the two-handed sword to cut the arm off that's got Ivy.
Okay. Sure. You can... Remember, it's very tall. You want to huck the sword? You want to try and sever its wrist by, like, javelining it? Otherwise, you'll have to climb up, too.
Cut its leg.
You can cut it's right there in front of you.
It's salt.
It is.
Yeah, take a leg out, because maybe it'll let her go.
Swing.
That means it's melee, so that cuts me down one die.
And I believe you have potence activated too.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. You... Two-handed sword right into the shin of this creature. That, Alright. You huck into it, and a chunk of the salt falls out, and it does stagger. And as it staggers, Ivy, like, is not smashed down, but it's getting uncomfortable as it is trying to support itself. And Ivy's in this thing's fist. But if you want, you're kind of at eye level, so you can say hi to her if you want.
take a swing at its wrist if it's down here at me now.
You can next time.
Okay.
Because we're gonna do this one thing at a time.
Yep.
All right. These things are going to try and get you. On Cheryl. Okay. Cheryl. It slams a salty fist into you. It leaves an abrasion. There's salt in the wound, so it stings. But there is no injury. Oh, why did I roll? Hang on. Those are D6s. Never mind.
It's called being tired.
And by that, I totally mean... 1 point of damage. Wade has 3 of them because the Purified was able to crawl over as he's hacking. So that was...
Is that a full square?
Yep. Well, it's not aggravated.
It's aggravated?
It's
Okay,
not
yeah.
aggravated.
Just flash.
Yeah.
Just 1 slash, yeah.
1 slash. Got it.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2 for you, Wade. As they're trying to rend and rip and abrase.
Again, it's. I'll soak the damage for now, because I'm trying to get Ivy released.
Okay. Ivy, you are facing the big suck unless you get out of this thing's fist. What are you doing?
She is going to try and get out.
How are you doing that?
The only thing she can do is struggle and try to push against the hand. It should open.
Okay. Strength athletics.
I'm not risking a rouse this time. I have a feeling we'll need it.
If you're already roused for bumping an attribute, that lasts for the entire scene.
Does it?
Yes.
No, it does not. It's for a single roll.
When did that change?
That has been the
Otherwise,
case
potence
for.
would be a redundant.
Yeah.
Okay. You are still grappled, and your hunger increases by 1 as it sucks more blood out of you.
Thanks for the clarification.
Clyde, what are you doing?
Alright, Clyde is gonna continue down the tunnel to try and find boomy stuff. He is going to make a quick and speedy search, and he doesn't quite know how the paper doll works, but he's gonna go ahead and grab that. Use
The
it.
pieces of paper were consumed in the van.
Wade just used his, but Clyde didn't use his.
He shouldn't have. He didn't have one.
Clyde had one.
All of you that had it shouldn't, because they were all consumed in the van. That's what empowered.
Eli.
That's what empowered Eli to.
Okay, well, that was...
It's called being tired.
It's called that was not very clear. But now it is clear. Okay, but yeah. Clyde is just gonna be running around looking for things that he can use to help bring down the entire castle. Because he's sick of the shit.
Okay.
Do I get a roll on that, or...
None's needed. It's there. It's operational.
If you're talking about the forklift, he's not gonna close it up on everyone.
No. you're running and looking for other equipment. You found a very large piece of excavation equipment. It's not a forklift. This is a grinder.
Oh, okay. He's gonna go ahead and start. He's gonna rig that and go ahead and make his way back to the group.
Okay.
And once he returns to them, support pillars all the way, baby. He's gonna tell them to get out and support pillars all the way.
Cheryl.
Yes.
What are you doing? Door's open.
And Ivy's still in the.
Yep.
At 500.
Oh! When were you going to tell us that?
I said last time it's still a .100 for me. I was at, or it just other.
Cheryl's going to move outside the door, but she's gonna wait for Ivy and Wade. I guess dodging as well, maybe.
Okay. Wade?
Is she visibly frenzying
No.
from hunger?
There hasn't been anything to trigger.
She's struggling in the fist. That's it.
Take that swing at his at its wrist again.
Do it.
Damn. Ha ha ha.
Okay.
Willpower.
Okay. And the fist, you slam it into it, and the fist comes off the forearm and sort of rolls off to the side. Cheryl, the crushing has stopped. You do have salt around you, but what are you doing?
I mean Ivy.
Or I'm sorry, Ivy.
She's gonna try to get out of the fist again.
Okay. You wanna?
So that's gonna be another strength.
You can try if you want. You can let the beast do it for you.
I can voluntarily frenzy, can't I?
If you want.
Will that really get me anything extra?
Probably.
It's called riding the wave.
Probably get you out of this fist.
Against my better judgment, because of strong narrative choices, I will voluntarily, if that's the case.
You don't have to. You can try and stay in control.
I know.
Okay. Wade, Ivy is frenzying. Just so you know. She burst. The fingers just.
Shit. Run.
Okay. Let's see, the big thing is down on one. That hasn't recovered yet, and the fist had only just started. So, it is going to. It's big, but it ain't smart. It's going to attempt to take a very lazy swipe It doesn't scream, but I do. All right, Cheryl, this thing is trying to get you again.
Cheryl or Ivy?
Ivy, this thing is trying to get you again.
She's frenzying, but the beast's probably gonna run away from it.
If you're riding the wave here, okay, let's do this. Ivy pushes back against the hand as just there's only the beast left. There's not even like bloody tears. As she's struggling, she's holding this thing back from another attack and is locked in with this other lazy swipe, though the big thing has gone down on its side because it overbalanced. It was missing one hand and has a chunk out of its shin. She is preoccupied right now with this thing, but for Cheryl and Wade, what are you doing? You are not affected by this big lazy swipe for all of you. It was stopped with Ivy.
I'm gonna just call for Wade and Ivy to run out because I can close the door.
I mean, you can call to Wade. Ivy... There is no Ivy. There's only Zool right now.
There is no Ivy,
Nope,
only Stool.
I'm calling for Ivy anyways.
That's... You know what? You call for Ivy. Tell me what you're saying.
Ivy, get out of there. I can close the door and we can go back home.
Okay. There is no Ivy, only Zool. But Wade, you do hear get out.
If I can tell that she's in a frenzy, running, I will sacrifice a little bit of blood to get her attention to maybe chase me.
How?
Cut my hand on the sword.
Alright. 1 damage, 1 hunger. And as Ivy is caught in here, that sweet spray of blood, red against the white salt floor. She bares her fangs. Hi, Clyde.
I'm running.
What you doing?
Driving this thing.
Thing you're driving is making that forklift seem like a just a little kid's ride. As you continue rumbling and well, I suppose, do you want to back the forklift away, or are you just kind of plowing through?
Honestly, at this point, I'm more or less just kind of plowing through.
Yep, you lower the grinder. And there's it's like a big chainsaw effect. A groove up. The forklift is flung, and the wall does come down from that, but you set that right into that wall, and that salt is going.
Okay. Once I make it through here, I'm gonna start grinding on the just about all the support system that involves this entire cave operation here.
Well, that will take a lot longer. It's not just like, oh, here's one little pillar. Like, there's a big infrastructure. I mean, the fireworks might do something, but
well, I don't know. There's fireworks.
Yeah, I know. If only someone could tell you.
He doesn't deserve knowledge.
The two of you flee. You are faster than these things. The question might be whether you're faster than Ivy or not. Because, Cheryl, for as much as you're running, and Wade, you are too, you have the attention of this beast.
As soon as Ivy is outside the doors, I'm closing them.
Okay? You start closing that, and you keep running. And as you do, there's bang, bang, bang. And the big boiler door is denting behind you. And while the salt does eat a lot of sound, if it shows how strong this is. Whoa. But by that time, do you have any speed at all, Ivy?
No.
No? Okay.
Be grateful for little things.
Straight up Dex and Athletics.
Cheryl. Actually, none of you are particularly speedy. Okay, that's fine. So you're running. The beast is chasing you. She is ferocious. What happened to the forklift? The wall is down. Here's Clyde! As this big grinder at the end of the hallway busts through the secret door. The forklift is on its side over there. Clyde.
We're collapsing the system.
Now for Wade and Cheryl, the beast isn't recognizing the danger of standing in the way of an industrial salt mine creator. And it also probably wants to feed on more of your blood. Do you want to restrain her? Do you want to, I don't know, put her down? What do you want to do? Because you are now caught between the grinder and the beast. And with that door having collapsed, there's probably going to be company sometime.
Why, you asshole? You shut the door on us again?
I believe I have the opportunity to spend a willpower to come out, if I remember correctly.
Oh, all right, do it then.
Would
I don't
be
know the
brain
rules. I'm just making shit up. Come on. Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yep.
Use that willpower to come out of frenzy. It's only for one turn, but
Then they have one turn to, I don't know, tell you something, do something. What are you doing?
Food! Pointing towards the exit where I remember seeing humans on some other level.
Yep.
There's a salt block in the way and a machine, though.
No, there's no salt block. The machine destroyed the salt block. Clyde
Yeah.
is
No,
Clyde
just the-
is at is controlling an excavator, a giant chainsaw.
He's directing it
Run,
up
Clyde,
towards the
run!
There's humans on the way down here.
Oh, Julie.
Give Ivy some blood. She's out of her mind. I'm out of here.
Fireworks.
Cheryl, do you want to give Ivy a point of your blood?
No, because then I'll have to.
Oh, you're just trading. Okay.
Up here, doll eyes.
The three of
Clyde
you.
will just show his hands still
Oh.
carved open from the snow globe.
Ooh. Yes. Ivy. Nourishment. Go get him.
If he's offering, she's gonna take it. That's gonna prompt another fucking frenzy check, but
It's vampiric detailing.
Well, roll it as Wade and Cheryl run past the excavator. Clyde, you got Ivy. Got your arm around her. She's got her fangs in your wrist. And you got a giant excavator in your other hand.
He's never felt so cool.
And you are rolling down this salt hallway.
And he's got this thing geared straight into the ceiling. And it's creating so much instability in all of the walls and all of the works. Because 90% of this is all very articulately crafted. It is holding on by very, very gentle physics. And Clyde is fucking it all up.
for Hunger Frenzy at the Hunger 5, it's difficulty 4, right?
That sounds correct.
Okay. Yeah, she's frenzying. Again.
Clyde, this is a wild ride, my friend.
He's riding it.
Yeah.
He's riding it. He's letting it happen.
At the end of the hallway, as you are going through tearing this gallery of the guilty party and everything, collapsing, being destroyed. When you get to at the end, there's a clomp. Oh, that thing is hiding behind a. Apparently, doesn't want to add it. Anyway, at the end of the hallway, you see a 30-foot statue of Salt, kind of limping along, with weird kind of fingers growing out, like little fingers growing out the end of a wrist. At the base are shambling the other creatures, the other statues of Salt. There's a rumble from both sides. And this giant doesn't seem to stop. This is a long, straight hallway, Clyde. I mean, this ain't a Porsche, but I'll give you street racing if you want. Mass times speed equals force on impact. You may not have speed, but you have the mass. And a giant chainsaw helps too.
Alright.
Give me a... I don't know. You choose the attribute, but I need a drive, and you absolutely can have street racing here.
Amazing.
Drive and charisma. He does it with style.
I mean, that would be... You got a frenzying babe in your arm. You got this giant chainsaw in the other. This could be paradise to you. The destruction might be a new form of beauty that you've come to appreciate.
It's only one success. I can't willpower it. I have one question.
Yeah?
Can I succeed at a cost?
You absolutely may succeed at a cost.
Then
Are
I
you
have a
close to-
proposal for you.
Are you close to frenzying at all, or do you only have like one blood left or something, or?
One blood, no willpower. He's got He's got a ivy sucking on him, probably going to suck him dry.
Probably.
So he's more or less accepted his fate at this point. But honestly, it wouldn't be Clyde unless he actually took on the challenge, now would it?
It would not. That would be violating a core principle of who you are. And so, I will absolutely say that you can succeed at a cost. And so, as the last little bit of vitae is pulled from your body, and you feel... You know what? You used to be afraid of water. Well, rain in particular, but there's a wave, a tidal wave behind you, Clyde. And you're going to ride that wave down this hallway. You slam this thing as much as you can give it. Every bit of your will, every bit of who and what you are. With Ivy at your side. Just like on that boat. Instead of the splashing of waves and mist on your face, you're covered in fine dust and grain of salt. As you and this giant collide, it comes down. Your massive chainsaw erect. And you grind through this thing as it punches. And it falls forward. Absolutely. For Wade and Cheryl, just granulate or like dusted salt is pouring out of this hallway. Are you running?
Run.
Oh, while Cheryl's running, she wants to turn on the PA system and just say, "Instability detected. Please evacuate."
Okay.
To try to get those humans out of there while we're running.
Turn on the klaxons or something.
Okay.
Mines have evacuation klaxons. Ring the bell, damn it! Ring the bell.
The conflict in the guilty party is lost in the pure white blizzard. The mad cackles, the wide eyes, the feeling of... I don't know, Clyde, maybe you've never felt more free before. And the warning does go out.
The emergency destruct system.
It's not quite an emergency destruct system, but the GTFO, as something has been detected. The humans who have been setting things up in the abandoned level. What? There's not supposed to be anyone in here. It's just odd. Go, we're almost there, come on. And the fuses are lit. They run. And you two are running. You can see yourself, Cheryl. You can see yourself and Wade. Making your way up. Level 4. Level 3. Level 2. The humans are on level 1. But they've stopped in confusion and are just... no, I guess it would have taken a little longer. They had to tie some fuses or something on there or set a timer. Anyway, you get what I'm going for. Do you want to run past them? You want to eat them? Do you want to command them to get out of there? What are you doing? Is there stopping to turn back and look at this place that is facing imminent destruction?
Run past them.
Just run past them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, possibly feign that we were part of the crowd.
You're not dressed like them. But it's not a bad idea. Wade?
As I'm running past, I at least take 2 of them to clack their heads together as I pass.
Of course.
Okay. You stop to do so as the others are running along with Cheryl, because she's just going.
I wasn't stopping. I was just doing it along the way.
No, I mean, it'll. There's one you grab and go to collide. And while the one does collide and falls over, the other one stops. Unaffected. And its eyes flash yellow for a second. And its pupils slit.
Oh, fuck, run. Just run.
And there, as the dust of the mines rise up, the fireworks begin to go off. Water is starting to pour down into the abandoned expansion and throughout all of the little nooks and crannies and the hidden tunnels, flowing through and around. Wade, you're able to duck out of the way, go unseen. Whoever that person was looks around. Another kindred? But no matter. For Cheryl, as you stand on the docks amid the crowd of fleeing protesters, Wade somewhere, Ivy and Clyde, what a pair. Somewhere. We celebrate July 22nd. The day that Cleveland was founded. As barges out on the river, with their remaining fireworks anyway, undaunted, light them. Masses of people along the flats and elsewhere enjoying an extra fireworks show this July. And the Cuyahoga River flashes red and green and white and blue and purple and gold as the beautiful colors of the fireworks play over the waters. And it is here, amid this, amid treachery among the court, the fates of the fledglings, and everyone in between, that we will end the story of the Red Deemer. And perhaps another time we'll see what has happened with Wade, Cheryl, Ivy, and Clyde. Thank you for playing. And for those of you in the audience, I appreciate you watching.